inside me.
The winter storms made way for spring.
Yes, Lord.
In every season, from where I'm standing,
I see the evidence of your goodness all over my life, all over my life. I see the promises of fulfilling all over my life, all over my life.
help me remember
When I'm weak, fear comes, will leave. You lead my heart to victory.
you are my strength, and you always will be.
I see the evidence of your goodness all over my life.
All over my life,
I see the promises fulfilling all over my life, all over my life.
see the cross,
The empty grave
the evidence
is endless,
all my sins,
so rolled away,
because of you.
Jesus.
See the cross,
The empty grave, the evidence is endless,
all my sins,
so rolled away, because of Jesus. Oh, I see the evidence of your goodness all over my life, all over my life. Good night to one and all. Is yours truly. Come to stop by to tell you one thing. I'm here just to share with you from God's word brief, something that will inspire, challenging your faith. And my reading would be from Matthew 20 to 28, and my thought would be the spirit of entitlement. Can somebody knows what I'm talking about? A spirit of entitlement. So the mother of James and John asked Jesus this hard question, and I'll be reading from the New Living Translation. The mother of Zebedee, the children of James and John, came to Jesus with her sons. She got down on her knees before Jesus and asked something of him. He said unto her, "What do you want?" That's the question he's asking. What she said, "Unto my two sons may sit, one on thy right side and one on thy left." And when you are a king, Jesus said unto her, "Do you know what it is you are asking of me? Are you able to suffer that I have suffered to take? Are you able to baptize with the baptism in which I baptize?" And he said, "Yes, we are able." Now these are the sons of Zebedee asking the question, because the question was posed. You want a place of prominence. You want a place of favor. So she's asking for her son. So I'm coming to you by any other means, a spirit that will tell you that you are entitled, the spirit of entitlement. Jesus said unto her, "Do you know what it costs, what you're asking of me? Do you know the baptism in which I have to be baptized? Do you know what I have to go through?" And they say, "Yes, we are able." Now the sons are responding, "Master, we are able to go through what you've gone through." And he said unto them, "You will suffer as I will suffer. But the place at my right side and my left side are not mine to give. Whosoever my Father said, I will do so for this place." The other 10 followers heard this, and they were angry with the two brothers. because they ask of Christ a hard thing. Jesus called to him and said, "You know the King of the nations show their power to people. Important leaders," I'm reading from the NIV version, the New Living Translation, believers, "use the power over the people. It is not for me the way with you, but whosoever wants a great amount, let him care for you. Whosoever wants to be first among you, let him be first servant. He that careth for others, he come to give his life, so many could be brought by his blood and a free punishment from sin." I'm saying to us today, there is a spirit of entitlement. And we look at a spirit of entitlement not only with the sons of Zebedee and the mother's requests, because she wants the best for her child or children. Some of us out there, we want the best for our sons and our daughters, so we do just about any means that they get along or get ahead in society. No matter the profession or the job, we make the sacrifice of working day and night. So we want them to have a place of comfort. We want them to have a place that we have not been. The suffering that we undergo as parents, we don't want that same suffering for our children. So this mother with compassion, with a love for her sons, approached Jesus. "Jesus, I'm asking you on her knees." That is a sign of beseeching and request. So she come to the master, "Can my son sit on the right and on the left?" I'm saying to you, in our society, we have a spirit of entitlement. How many persons are listening to me by other means at your job? There are some people that think they are indisposable. What I mean, they're indisposable. They believe they are the CEO and the CFO. They believe they have a place of entitlement. God would not have us to think that we have a place of entitlement, because God knows that he had made all things equal in the sight of God. Men and women, no matter what race or creed, we are found but at one part. We are at the foot of the cross. So we look at the spirit of entitlement. Entitlement teaches one is above the other. When you look at entitlement, you look at the slavery, the slave trade. You look at the oppression and the abolishment of slavery. We look at in early history through time, we see where people have been bought into chain because one race find themselves to be superior than the other. We look in the Exodus series where the children of Israel was taken into bondage because the Egyptian felt that they should be served by the Jews. We are looking today in our lives that some people, or even you yourself, feel a privilege, feel entitled to certain things. Can I take this home for some of us who are called of God and call ourselves a part of the ecclesiastic body? Children of God, church folks, we are Christian folks. We think we are more entitled to the grace of God more than others. When we look at our lives, we think because some folks are not saying the same thing as if we are saying, because they are not doing the same thing we are doing, so we consider ourselves in a different category. Might I tell you, for 2021, do not think that you are entitled. It is the grace of God that God giveth freely to all man. Let me tell you, to men, women, all of us, it is the grace and the mercies of God while we are alive. Don't deem it anything but a privilege, not entitlement. So she asked the question for her sons to be seated at the right and the left hand of God, of Jesus. So many of us want that favor, and if you recall my message on last year, the first shall be the first. Remember the two nations of the Ishmael and Hagar. Despite Israel was the first child, Isaac was the promise. But the promise did not leave Ishmael alone. Ishmael was also a greater nation. It says Ishmael. God promised that I will not leave you, but I will make you a great nation unto yourself. Today, in my audience, my Muslim brothers and sisters, co-workers, those who know my faith, and we embrace each other in brotherhood. Even so, Ishmael was a nation unto themselves, and they shall be a great nation. Know that God did not leave Ishmael alone because he was not the promise but the first. I'm saying to us in our lives, sometimes we do not see the promise. We look for the first thing first. So we give our children, if it's our only child, we give them prominence. We look for favor. We want to think sometimes when they're grown and we are old, we think, Lord, everything belongs to them. They have a sense of entitlement. Today in different parts of the country, especially in the United States, many have put the children have put them in nursing home after a level of frustration if it's a long-term illness. So they feel as if anything that the parents have, they are entitled to. Never let your children believe it is a sense of entitlement. Nothing is given, but it is earned. We are saying to our children here, God was asking the question to Zebedee's son. Are you able to drink the cup that I drink? Are you able to baptize the baptism I baptize in? He said, yes, Lord, we are able. Can I tell you, when we are faced with different circumstances of our life, we can say, yes, we are able. We do not know what someone had to undergo to get to where they are in society. Not only in society, in their academic achievement, their scholastic achievement, where they have to sit up nights and day and sacrifice. Let me tell you that it does not come by entitlement. It comes by hard work and dedication. So many times in relationship and marriage, one are opposed to the other. Some would feel like they're entitled than the other. The husband will feel as if he's entitled. The wife would feel like they're entitled. The children will feel like they're entitled. There is a spirit of entitlement in our society. Not only our society, as I bring before you, but even in our home, in our family life, where we feel as if because some of us are advanced academically, some of us are more astute and scholastic, so many have graduated from the margin and from the bottom up. So many today feel as if because they have a diploma, a master, or a doctorate, they cannot eat at the common table with their family. Might you know this? There comes a song or a story to mind of a mother who worked assiduously to take care of her son. But one thing about this mother, she saw a danger a night the home that they reside in caught a fire. She ran in to rescue her child. Even every time the child comes, she comes to school to pick up the child, she would not feel comfortable, or he would not feel comfortable of his mother because of the burn and the scarred skin. He said his love for his mother he did not have. He was embarrassed to see in the public with her because of the scars. But one time he asked a question to his brothers and sisters or his father. Why do mommy look the way I hate her, the way she looks? Then she goes to his room to tuck him in and said, the way that I look, it is only because the house was on fire. It caught on fire one night. And the only thing I could think about is running back into the burning home to rescue you. Sometimes it takes someone to rescue you despite their scars. Sometimes it takes somebody, as parents, you know what you got to put in for your children to experience a better life. For some of us who are migrants, we know what it is to migrate to a foreign nation and to build up a society. We're a part of a culture. We become assimilated to a culture. We become adaptive to a culture. So we know we are all but in a melting pot. So it is not entitlement. It's hard work and dedication. So for 2021, I urge every one of us, do not have that spirit of entitlement. Nothing is given, it is earned. So Jesus Christ said the Son can't do it that way. It is not for me to give, but it is for God to place them in the kingdom. I'm saying to you for 2021, don't let that spirit of entitlement rest with you. But let the spirit of doing, let the spirit of excellence, let the spirit of perseverance, hard work, determination, let it be in you for 2021. Tell COVID it has no stop on you. Tell any financial situation there is no barrier. There is no need for you to stand in my way because I'm destined for greatness. I urge you, if you did not hear anything under my voice for the remaining of this year, remember there is a spirit of entitlement. The only person who can break that spirit is you. The only person who can rise above that is you. So for 2021, challenge your home, your family. Those that are around your life, remember to be an encourager to those. Remember to establish good relationship so they can see the evidence of God's goodness. Don't stay, but arise. Always remember, it is all over your life. It is the promises of God. It only can come through hard work. So you continue for 2021, and we're going to do great things as God rests and reside with us. Always give me your ears so I can get to your heart, that you can hear just something that you need in this time.